I think it's a Australian icon. They used to call it a 48215, or better known as an FX. And a lot of people will relate to that, knowing that they were the first Australian Holden built. We build them to drive them, you know, like this was the definite main purpose on this car. My name is Rob, and this is my retro style FX Ute. Pull up at a servo, and it just isn't just the colour, it's just what it is. It's being the first Holden Ute, and you can just strike up a conversation with anyone. It's really good. Guys in your 50s, 60s, possibly 70s, like they could have been like one of their first cars. Probably nowadays, for the younger people looking at this car, it was probably more so, it's a little bit retro and it's a bit different. So they're probably thinking, you know, they get to look at it and think it's sort of like a little bit hot roddy, I guess, or something. I like the idea of modifying old school cars. You put a lot more time and passion. It's sort of, anyone can sort of go out there and buy something. I like the idea of sort of turning something old into new. No one was doing it like 10 years ago. That was probably the reason I got into older things. We bought this car back in about 2005, I think, knowingly that we were being married in 2007. And I really wanted this car as our wedding car. They gave us like 2 years to do it up. We really weren't sure on the condition of the car. We bought it on eBay, thinking it was a good body. When we got it back, there was a lot more work to do. Like it was virtually just a V6 sitting on modified engine mount. Yeah, the car definitely made it for the wedding. Only a few days before it that we had it registered. All the mates had to sort of chip in because this was like a home build car. It was like a lot of long nights. Like people think cars like this get built overnight. They take a lot of time, a lot of money, and when you really think you've got it built, something will go wrong. So the reason around going the V6 setup, we've had V8s and we just wanted something different. We just didn't want to like go out there and just be noisy. We sort of wanted to keep a little bit stout. It probably wasn't the cheapest option to make power. We actually put all Cum Racing internals, so it was another crank. We stroked it from a 3.8 to a 4.2. We've done like a fair bit of head work, bigger injectors because we run a E85. We're running like a 35R Garrett. We do run an Ultronic computer. At the moment, it's quite good power. We're running about 400, just over at the tyres. On the street, it's really good for, you know, initial takeoff. We have run it down the quarter a couple of times, 190 mile an hour, and it was 11.2. We went with the turbo 700 just so it had the extra overdrive on the highway. So it's really good for fuel economy. It doesn't really, it's not droney on the highway, and you just sort of cruise. So the rear end, it's more like a cross between a 4-link and a triangle of 4-link. We wanted to run the 9-inch, we just didn't want to have any more problems with the Jag rear end. It's a lot of fun to drive because being a short wheelbase sort of car, when it steps out, it normally steps out in a big way, so you're sort of all hands trying to catch it. We were at an event and it was called the Motive Half Mile. It was really, really a lot of fun, and I was the only 48 Holden Ute, a lot of horsepower out there. It was a little bit daunting for me at first. Though yeah, it was really a lot of fun. I've never done it before. We pretty much built this car to use it for everything. We've been out on work sites. People just look at me and go like, you're an idiot. We haven't really built it for a purpose, but it's an all-round car. So it isn't the fastest drag car out there, and it's not the fastest ever street car, but it's a good all-purpose car. It's a really good, comfortable car to cruise in. That's why we went with the bench seat. It's all original sort of thing, like real bouncy as such, and yeah, real comfy, eh? We really like the idea, and we've kept everything fairly simple in the inside. Essentially, we don't try and do them up to sell them. It would be really good to keep this one, just for the sentimental value. The biggest thing with this car, my wife wants to keep it forever because it was like so much in the family. We've had so many good friends help build it. And then it would be almost a kick in the teeth to get rid of it. It's a little bit of a cross between hobby and lifestyle, the car. It's definitely worth all the late nights, any drama that goes wrong with the car. It's just fun to look back on. It just, a car like this builds memories.